This is Doc Ock coming to you live and direct from Black Facts Headquarters Central today on the start of a new day with more tales from Ethiopia. Well, let's start everything off just right. You already know what to do. If you like what you see, give us a like. If you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. If you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and give us a subscription below. And if you really like what you see and what you hear, you can even go to eBay and order up some of our books. We've got Winners Play. We got Ohio's Black Athletes. Okay, a book about black athletes from Ohio that are known both near and far. And we've got Winners Play Mancala Games. Great books for math and reading for young people and old as well. So we've got a number of things that you can do there. So check us out on eBay, and we'll send you your book today without delay. How about that? Peace out. Now, meanwhile, let's go ahead and read the, find a proverb for today, a proverbial proverb for today. Here we go, here. Now, this is almost the opposite of the one we use in the U.S. If you watch your pot, your food will not burn. If you watch your pot, your food will not burn. And that is a proverb from Mauritania, land of the Moors, Mauritania. That's right, like Britannia, Mauritania, Lusitania. There's all kind of Tanias out there. Right. Now let's see what we got today for from the anthology of Swahili love poetry. Love poetry. Today we're going to read a poem about a woman by the name of Zainabu. Yeah, Zainabu. Now, I'm going to say it slow because it's easy to get tied up with some of these words. So, bear with me. Ulijidai ugali, siku tulio onana, ukajitia shughuli, zisizo kuwa na maana, kumbe yote siyo kweli, uduni thamani huna, ile siku ya awali macho yangu kukuona, nafusi ili ni guri, sababu yako kijana, na sasa siku tamani, kumbe we huna maana. Wajisiingizia mume, kakwacha zamani sana, umebaki na vidume, ndivyo unavyodangana. Yeah, ndivyo unavyodangana. Unachezea wengine, huwezi kunidanganya. Mkarara ufanayo Zainabu, mambo yani payo tabu. And what does all that mean to you? Well, what it should mean is, Zainabu, you pretended to be hard to get on the day we met together, and you gave yourself trouble, which was pointless, and now it seems it is all a lie. You are cheap. You have no value. That first day when my eyes saw you, my soul deceived me because of you, young girl, and now I do not desire you any longer. I wonder, do you have no character? You pretend that you have a husband, but he has divorced you long ago. You are left with lover boys. That is how you are deluded. You are playing with others, but you cannot fool me. Zainabu, you are doing things that worry me. Now, Zainabu was a femme fatale in Zanzibar many years ago, very beautiful, and men fell for her flaming eyes, including the poet. Her husband had left her out of all patience with her greed. She was, as the Swahili put it, like a tigress, never satisfied. Many men were deceived by her, so the poet calls them not men, but vidume, male animals, stupid, lumpy boys. She thinks that she is deceiving them, but she is losing more than they because she is wasting the best years of her life, while she could have been happily married. This time, the time is coming when men will no longer be attracted to her so easily. She will have to start looking for them and giving herself a great deal of trouble, at the same time playing hard to get. Whereas in reality, she is no better than a woman of the streets. No better than a woman of the streets. Well, I guess the poet told her, didn't he? So, that's the poem for today about Zainabu. Zainabu, Zainabu. We'll have another one for you on the morrow. Now, keep in mind that even though I had read that one prior to reading it now, it still is a chore saying it, because some of the words in there you really have to take your time with and pay attention to. Yeah, if you want to get it to sound at all authentic. And I'm doing the best I can. Now, continuing on with our story. Revolt in Ethiopia from Ethiopian Stories by George S. Schuyler. We've got Dick Welland, his valet Bill, and the princess Tatara, I think her name is. No, Etara Zunda, on a small skiff out in the Mediterranean, headed toward land. And let's see how they do. How do you figure this out, Mr. Welland? Asked Bill as they sped through the night. And where's we going? You mean, where are we going, Bill? Jested Dick. Well, you'll see in a moment. Then he lowered his voice so that the two men manning the big launch could not hear. You remember the night the Ethiopian came to my cabin, he whispered. Sure do. Well, I realized then that we were in danger from that crowd, and the faster we got off that steamer, the better. So I sent a wireless to a friend in Marseille, asking him to charter this launch and a seaplane. The plane is off there a couple of miles or so, I guess, waiting for us. This fellow will be able to pick him up with his searchlight in a little while. Pick him up? Then what? Asked Bill. We land at Alexandria, where we'll take a chartered plane to Beni Shingui. Where's that, Chief? The Princess Etata spoke up. That's an Ethiopian town right on the Sudanese boundary, she explained. The Italians have made practically no headway in subduing that section of my country. We can easily get donkeys there and make the overland trip to our destination. Bill scratched his head thoughtfully. Pardon me, Princess, but did you say them Italians is all over the place? Not in that section, Bill, but they's in that part what you call destination, ain't they? Well, yes, I suppose they are around there. And ain't they shooting colored folks will come in that country? If they catch them, I suppose they do. Uh-huh. I just knowed it was something like that. I know I ain't never gonna see Lenox Avenue no more. Don't be silly, Bill, Dick interrupted. There aren't enough soldiers in the Italian army to police a big country like Ethiopia. By traveling at night with competent guides, we'll probably never see an Italian. Well, if we don't, murmured Bill, it won't hurt me none. There was silence now, except for the put of the launch riding the mild sea. They were going at great speed, and already the lighted portals of the SS Metallic seemed like pinpoints of light in the darkness. How much further? Dick shouted to the man at the wheel. Pretty soon, came the sharply accented reply. It was true. 2 or 3 minutes later, they saw a tiny red and green light bobbing on the surface. One of the men swung the big searchlight over in that direction. They could easily discern a big flying boat floating majestically. In a few seconds, they were slowing down alongside the float. In a minute, they were being helped up the ladder into the spacious cabin, their baggage coming up behind them. This is wonderful, she explained, admiration and satisfaction in her tone and manner. I think we arranged it nicely. Myself, he agreed. You mean you arranged it, she corrected. I don't think I would ever have thought of this. It was dangerous remaining on that ship. That crowd could go to any length to get that ring. But Dick, I mean, Mr. Welland, go on, call me Dick, please. He begged. I want you to. After all, we're going to be going through a whole lot together. No use being so formal. Might as well get used to me now. Sure. Well, she continued, this must have cost an awful lot of money. Sure it did. £200 to be exact. But that's what money is for. Anytime I go into a thing, Princess, I got to do it right or I ain't doing it at all. You might as well call me Atare, she interrupted, since I'm to call you Dick. Oh yeah, Atara and Dick. And it looks like Atara likes Dick. Okay, thanks. Well, as I was saying, anytime I go into a thing, I look to do it right. It was worth $200 to get out of that spot. You telling me, murmured Bill, almost to himself. Dick and the princess laughed. The launch sped away. The pilot entered and touched his cap. He was a gangling Englishman with a sandy mustache and pale blue eyes. All ready, sir. Shall we shove off for Alexandria? Yes, let's not delay. Very good, sir. We shall be there in a little over 2 hours. Dick looked at his wristwatch. It was 10 after 9. They would be in Alexandria a bit after midnight. By this time tomorrow night, they'd be in Ethiopia. The pilot had returned to his cabin. The 3 great motors roared. The ship turned and taxied across the sea, and then lightly took the air and sped eastward. Dick was in high spirits. He lit one of his favorite Egyptian cigarettes, reclined in his cushioned seat, and gazed at the exotic young woman before him through half-closed eyelashes. Master Dick, said Bill, what's going to become of our big baggage? I've arranged through the purser to have it stored in the company's warehouse in Alexandria until we call for it. What about guns? We ain't going in that wild country with nothing but fists, is we? There was a note of alarm in Bill's voice as he contemplated the spectacle of 3 strangers trekking unarmed through the wilds of Ethiopia. Guns will be waiting for us in Alexandria, Bill, and ammo too. Everything we might need has been wireless for. I think we've put over about as complete a job on Ras Gusa and his Italian friends as anyone ever saw. I sure would like to see their faces when they find out that we've flown the coop. I'll feel a lot safer when we actually get in Ethiopia, said the princess, more to herself than to the others. Those people are no fools. I didn't like it a bit when they didn't show up for dinner the first time on the trip. Where could they have been? Shucks. I feel something coming on here. Could they have learned anything about our plans? If they had, Dick broke in, they would have made some move before we got off. Their non-appearance at dinner was merely a coincidence. Just a coinky dink. Maybe they were in the Spaniards' cabin plotting the next step. You know, they could have had their dinner served there. Maybe so, but all this seems too easy not to have a catch in it somewhere. Don't be so scary, Princess. Atara. We've shaken them clean. Toward midnight, the lights of Alexandria appeared in the distance. A few minutes later, they were underneath the plane, and shortly afterward, the big boat was skimming across the seaplane basin to the airport. Well, here we are, said Dick gaily as they slowed up and the landing launch drew alongside. We'll be through the customs in no time. I think we better take the plane immediately for Beni Shingui. We can catch some sleep on the way. Speed is what you want, isn't it, Etara? We can't go too fast to suit me, Dick. There's so much to be done. The landing launch pulled up at the dock. Their baggage was handed off first, and they followed. There was little or nothing to declare at the customs barrier. Their passports were in order. The official prepared to mechanically stamp the books when another man in uniform, a swarthy Egyptian, hurried in waving a message which he handed to the customs officer, who quickly glanced over it and then looked up gravely. So, he exclaimed accusingly, glaring at them. Then to a flunky, he shouted, "Open that black valise." The man hurried to do his bidding. Dick's black valise was open and its contents dumped unceremoniously on the floor. The customs officer took out a knife and ripped the lining. Several small, flat, white packets fell out. Dick and Bill watched in stunned amazement and disbelief. Why, what's that?" Dick blurted. "So, you want to know what it is? Well, it's heroin, just as we were informed in this wireless message," said the customs officer. "You're all under arrest." Oh, yeah, buddy. I'm telling you. Yep. And that, my friends, is the end of chapter 8. That is the end of chapter 8, and we'll be back tonight with more Ethiopian tales. And of course, look for us tomorrow at noon for Doc Ock at noon and 9. It's going to be the time to catch not only a rhyme, but catch up with a criminal who has committed another crime. Absolutely. Because apparently somebody has set them up. Meanwhile, you know what to do. If you like what you see, give us one of them good likes. If you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. If you like what you see and what you hear, go ahead and subscribe. You might as well do it today. Okay? Because all it's going to do is up-level your vibe. And in the meantime, peace out without a doubt. This is Doc Ock signing off. And Esther, we see you out there and we're going to give you a wave. Peace out, my dear. Until we meet again.